Soccer versus football. Greg Berhalter versus Gareth Southgate. Fries versus chips. Good versus evil. Wait. Hold on. I got a bit too carried away with that last one. Hi, I'm Filippo, and welcome to Tactical Manager TV, and welcome to the ultimate, supreme USMNT national team versus England World Cup match preview. Here's how it's going to go. We will start off by telling you when and where to watch the match, plus the record between the two nations. Then we're going to go to some USMNT national team news and updates, plus the projected starting 11. After that, we're going to go through an England breakdown and tell you how we could beat them, how we should approach this game, the United States. Then I will close the video and you will destroy the like button if you enjoy it and hit the dislike button if you don't like it. It's free and it helps the channel. Let me also know your score predictions for this match. Maybe towards the end of the video, I will tell you mine. Maybe. Because this prediction is a very tough one for me, I'll consider saying it towards the end of the video. We'll see. I need to think about it. And this video is brought to you by this Italian sandwich from Jimmy John's, the only Italian you will be seeing in the 2022 World Cup. The United States will clash with England this Friday, November 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, this Black Friday, which happy Thanksgiving by the way, and the match will take place in the Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar for the second round of Group B in the 2022 World Cup. If you're in the United States, you may watch the match at Fox Telemundo or on the Peacock app. And with me here, as we will be doing a live watch-along. Yes, if you'd like, join us here on the channel. We'll be doing a live watch-along during the match. Even if you're English, you're more than welcome. We're a very inclusive channel. We had plenty of Welsh fans here in the chat. Many of them got pissed at me because I do take bantering too far at times, or not far enough, in my opinion. But you're all more than welcome to join for the live watch-along this Friday. In terms of record between the two national teams, England has a large advantage. Sorta, kinda, but not really. Let me explain why. The total record among both nations is 11 matches played with 8 English wins, 1 draw, and 2 American wins. Now listen, all 8 of the English wins were all in friendlies. Both national teams have faced each other twice in World Cups, and the US men's national team defeated England 1-0 all the way back in 1950. And then most recently in 2010, the United States and England tied 1-1 in the group stage thanks to Robert Green, the goalkeeper from England. For that same edition, the United States ended up topping the group with England finishing in second place. Which, by the way, this is the 1950 US men's national team jersey when they played England. But regardless, let's talk about now, the 2022 World Cup in the United States. At the time of this recording on Tuesday, it does not seem to be any news or updates for the US men's national team. No players are suspended, but the following players are on a yellow, and if they do get another yellow this match, they will miss our third game in the group stage against Iran. And those players are Tim Ream, Serginho Dest, Weston McKennie, and Kellyn Acosta. With that said, now it's time for the US men's national team projected starting 11 brought to you by Jimmy John's. That brought to you sounds very legit. It almost makes it look like we're a real channel, right? Like a legit channel. It makes me sound pretty cool, right? I feel very cool right now at least. So for this match, I expect the United States to be doing a lot of defending throughout the game, but I also expect Greg to put out his classic 4-3-3. That's his preferred formation. And I think we will likely see the same exact lineup that he put out against Wales. My only question right here is whether Weston McKennie will be fully fit or not at the time of this recording. He seemed also a bit rusty, but he should be okay. With that said, the starting 11 will likely be Matt Turner on goal, Serginho Dest on the right back, A-Rob or Jedi Robinson from Fulham on the left back position. The two center backs will be Walker Zimmerman and Tim Ream. I understand that Zimmerman made a mistake and, conceded the PK on Gareth Bale for Wales to score, but overall he had a solid match and I think Greg will start him once again. The midfield will likely be the MMA midfield with Tyler Adams at the 6, Yunus Musa as a central midfielder, and Weston McKennie as the other central midfielder. If he can't go and he's not fully fit, we could see maybe Brenden Aaronson start there. And to be fair, McKennie had a very poor performance against Wales, so whether he's fit or not, he looks rusty. So there is a slight chance that we could maybe see Brenden Aaronson. Now, the front three, I expect it to be Tim Weah, Christian Pulisic, and Josh Sargent. I mean, it could be Gio Reyna on the right wing, but at this point, we don't even know if Greg will play Gio Reyna in this World Cup. I think he will, but you never know with Greg, right? He played Jordan Morris last match and didn't give Reyna a minute, even though Reina said he was 100%. Up top, I did say Josh Sargent from Norwich, but it could also be Jesus Ferreira from FC Dallas in Major League Soccer. So I'm not sure about that one, but I think he's going to put the same lineup. So that would be Christian Pulisic on the left wing, Timothy Weah from Leo on the right wing, and Josh Sargent as the center forward up top. Now, thank you very much, Jimmy Johns, for the sandwich and sponsoring our projected starting 11. Let's talk about England. England started off the 2022 World Cup with a massive 6-2 victory against Iran, in a match where you could not really see any weakness from this team. Besides Harry Maguire. I mean, you could clearly see he is a weakness. We'll talk about that very soon, but not right now. Also, that's not to say this team does not have any weaknesses. It does. We'll talk about that soon as well. But there isn't many, okay? Plus, we did watch Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, so believe. The United States can pull something here. In regards to the game, usually Gareth Southgate sets up in a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1, but against Iran, he did set up on a 4-2-3-1 formation, which we have seen him use that in the past as well, and that's how he started off the World Cup. How will he line up against the US men's national team? That's anyone's guess, but that lineup did manage to get a 6-2 victory, so I'm going to go under the assumption that we will see something similar, if not the exact same. So if he does roll with the same exact lineup, this is the lineup that he put out against Iran. It was Pickford on goal, Trippier on the right back, and Luke Shaw on the left back position. The two center backs were John Stones and Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire did leave with an apparent concussion, but he sort of already confirmed on Twitter that he should be fine and good to go on Friday and to play. Thank goodness for the United States. That's good news that Harry Maguire can play. The double pivot midfield will be Jude Bellingham and Rice. The central attacking midfielder was Mason Mount, so I would expect him to start once again. The right winger was Saka. The left winger was Raheem Sterling. And up top was Harry Kane. There has been a report from The Athletic that Harry Kane was limping and was going to get a scan on his ankle. At the time of this recording, there's no updates on that. So I'm going to assume that Harry Kane is going to play. If he doesn't play, maybe Callum Wilson will start, or he'll put someone as a false 9. We don't know yet. So could we see England also play in a 3-4-3? It's possible, even likely, it could happen, but that would not change the way I would approach this game, and it probably won't change the way that Greg will approach this game either, the formation that Southgate picks. It's also kind of funny that Greg Berhalter sees Southgate as a mentor. I think that's worth mentioning. And Southgate is not highly rated in Europe. He's a problem for England, in my opinion. I don't think he gets the best out of this golden generation that they have, or not, maybe not the golden generation, but this brilliant generation that England has. And now that I know that Berhalter sees him as a mentor, that explains a lot of his bad decisions. So how do we set up to get a result against England? Whether it's a draw, a win, even though a win is very tough, what do we have to do? Look, first and foremost, they have more talent. England is arguably better than the United States in every single position, maybe aside from one or two. And that's a big maybe. Now, the 6-2 victory against Iran was impressive, but we also did see England beat Panama 6-1 back in 2018 and then struggle with teams like Tunisia. So keep in mind that each game is a different story, and the US should not fear England. I feel like we could pull a result here. To a bare minimum, we'll at least put up a fight, unlike Iran did. And you never know of Southgate. It could be a show coming from him, the same way it can be a show coming from Greg Berhalter, right? The two coaches here are extremely inconsistent. That's a different way to say bad. But anyhow, so the main weaknesses I've noticed from England in the past few months were they do struggle to defend in transition. They are very slow to recover when they lose possession. So I do think we should play in transition for this match, and you have to hit them fast in the counter. It cannot be that slow build out that we see from one phase of a play to another under Greg Berhalter's system. We have to be quick in transition to exploit that. The second thing we have to do is we have to be cautious. And I know that sounds very vague, but essentially what I'm saying is don't have too many guys commit to going forward. Always keep at least one fullback back so we're not exposed on both sides. Be very careful. Our six, Tyler Adams, has to have great reading of the game. Just don't send too many guys forwards. We are facing top quality Premier League players. If you give them time and space, you will pay the price. The third thing I think we need to do, and I did say that we will be doing a lot of defending in this game, and we probably will. England will be ball dominant. But I wouldn't play a low block against them. You don't want to invite them too much to your field. Maybe sit back on a mid block and don't press their center backs. Overcrowd the midfield and force them to go long, where we have guys that can win aerial duels. Also, you do want the ball to arrive on their wingers or Harry Kane in uncomfortable situations. You don't want them to get the ball on the floor. It needs to be in the air. It's tougher to settle and have time and space on it. You don't want to give them time. They will punish you, as I said. Speaking of Harry Kane, when he drops to play make, our center backs should not track him. Otherwise, they'll leave a massive hole in the back line for the wingers to make those runs in behind. Tyler Adams has to pick up Harry Kane in those situations every time he drops, because he does that quite a bit to play make, and he is one of the best playmakers in the world. And again, at the time of this recording, I still am assuming that Harry Kane will be healthy to play. I didn't see any reports or news on the scan and him not being available. Last but not least, when in transition, look to attack England's left side of the defense. I find Luke Shaw a very poor defender and he will likely start. Plus, he is slow. And the one covering him is Harry Maguire, that is also slow, very error prone, and gets caught off position quite often, leaving space in behind. Like Iran's first goal by Taremi. Yes, go rewatch the first goal from Iran scored by Taremi. It was a good finish, but that goal was mostly on Harry Maguire. And he loves to leave that space in behind. That's not the first time it's happened for Harry Maguire with Man United or even England. Besides aerial duels, I don't know what else Maguire excels. And a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Now, not that it matters, but this is the US men's national team starting 11 that I would put out. It really doesn't matter because Greg won't do anything that I'm about to say. So I would play a compact mid-block 4-4-2 diamond with two strikers with lots of freedom to roam up top, a 10 dropping back to defend but will be connecting in transition quickly. And the way I would line up would be Matt Turner on goal, Serginho Dest on the right back, A-Rob on the left back, Zimmerman and Ream as our two center backs, Tyler Adams as the central defensive midfielder, McKennie and Musa as the dual 8s, Giovanni Reina as the 10, and then I would just put Christian Pulisic and Tim Weah up top with lots of freedom to roam to hit England in the counterattack. But none of that matters. What I just said, Greg Berhalter won't do. I just quickly summarized the way I would want to play, okay? Give them freedom, let them play, and I think it would work, but it doesn't matter, okay? Now let's go to the final section of the video where I'm going to give you my prediction and my final thoughts. Look, I think the United States will put up a fight against England, at least more than Iran. My mind tells me that it will be 2-1 for England, but my heart says it'll be a 1-1 draw. And I say, always follow your heart. So I'm going to go with the prediction of a 1-1 draw, United States and England. The United States remains undefeated in the 2022 World Cup, and we remain undefeated against England in World Cups after 3 matches. All right, so 1-1 draw is my prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section down below if you haven't already. Drop the like button before you go. Thank you, Jimmy Johns, for sponsoring this video. I'll see you guys Friday on the live watch along. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.